Hi, Charles. This is Linda. Thank you so much for submitting your essay. I have read through it, and uh, what I've done is I've got some different color highlighting going on here. So the red highlights are what I would call maybe problem areas. They could be grammatical problems, it could be awkward sentences, it could be unclear ideas, things like that. So these are the problem areas that I have found. And then the green areas, the green highlights represent what I feel are the main ideas or the central focus of your essay. And also within the paragraphs. I'm going to tell you first off, you are a strong writer. Your strengths are in being able to write cohesive and interesting sentences. You have a good ability to focus on visual detail and in using interesting words and vocabulary. So this is good. These are your strengths. In terms of the growing edge, as a literacy narrative, I kind of can see where you're going with this paper and what a triumph that must have been for you to write and get published. An op-ed piece, but I'm not sure that you have fully considered your rhetorical situation for this essay. First of all, this is not a title. There are many complexities in journalism. Remember, this is a literacy narrative, and you're not writing an argument paper, or you're not giving an opinion about journalism. You more or less are talking about how the journalism experience has given you more confidence or had become a language that you now feel more comfortable using. And so that's going to take a more personal edge, and I don't think that this title fits your essay very well. The beginning is quite engaging, although I do feel that you could add a little bit more information as far as why this policy was particularly a bother to you. Like a little bit more personal voice in here is totally appropriate. The other growing edge that I see in here is we've got this really strong timeline organization about step by step what you went through to write this piece and the thinking behind it. However, I don't get a strong sense of the why. Why was this important? Why does this matter? And that goes to the central idea. And I really don't get a sense of your central idea until the very last paragraph in this one sentence. And that is that this was a major moment in your education, a mastery of literacy. I don't really know why. There's no details there. Like, why was it a major moment, and why did you feel like it was a mastery of literacy? I know that being able to communicate to the community at large and not just within your peer group is pretty amazing, and being able to write for an adult audience and being able to be published in a regular newspaper is a major thing, and I think it's okay for you to get personal about that, but it's not enough. You haven't gone into enough detail. There's a lot of just kind of timeline chronological pieces in here. So I'd like to see this idea that should be re-emphasized in all of the body paragraphs about why these steps were important and what was why this gave you confidence. Another thing that I would say that you need to add, and I think this would be a good place to add it, I'm just going to mark right in here, is some dialogue. I would like to see one of the required elements for the literacy narrative is to have some sort of dialogue, and you have a nice place here with your friend Erin where you could turn this into more of a dialogue, a little bit more, rather than just telling me about it, you could be showing me the conversation. And I think that's important also if you want to get all of those points for this essay. Overall, again, I want to emphasize that I think you're a great writer. You certainly don't have some of the issues that some of the other students in this class have when it comes to sentence structure and grammar problems and things like that. Those are definitely your strengths. And so I'm looking at a different level of writing for you, but this would not meet the criteria for the literacy narrative if you were to turn it in as is at this point. So I suggest that you do some revision, even submit this to the writing online writing center so that you can get additional feedback besides mine. I really appreciate you for turning in this assignment, and thank you. I look forward to reading the final draft, and I hope that you have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.